Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Fresmel, and today we're back with some more SpellRogue.
Right.
We managed to complete a Descent 4 run in the last one, doing it in the most passive-aggressive way I could probably think of. But yeah, we're going to back to Azar. We're going to up to Descent 5, so this is going to be an absolute bit of a nightmare for me, I think, overall. And are we just going to do a sizzle, or shall we do something more interesting? Spell set 2 or spell set 3? Let's go spell set 3, because I think there's a lot of like weird stuff going on there. And 10 attack spells, I heal for 4. I think Life Drinker can be pretty useful in like longer combat starts, right? I think that's going to be just more useful overall. Let's begin. Let us begin. Been playing like a good amount of different games at the moment, so it's kind of been interesting. Boss have plus 50% max health, and I can invoke mana. To be honest, them just having more HP doesn't really make much of a difference from scaling. That requires me to disenchant a spell, which I don't really want, and all them gaining 4 power on turn 4, it basically mucks up my defense. So we'll do that. We'll gain the invoke mana, which is just an extra spell I can sell if necessary, even if I don't use it. Maybe I get a chance to. And elite-wise, we can go 2 elites this run. We can go either or on those, which means we kind of have to go for this shop, I guess. So money it is. We got to get money. Let's go 2 fights into the shop. But how are we all doing? Myself, I've been pretty busy over the weekend, trying to get some recording done, which has been, you know, as much as I can, right? We'll split that die. No idea why I didn't. Received the 1 wound. And start chipping away at one of them. Just not being able to attack next turn is very annoying. But it's kind of fine, right? I probably should do this, because this helps scale this while I still attack. So we end up using them and we start ramping the damage up. Although this seems kind of redundant. And then gain some healing. Eventually we'll gain life back with this, so you know, it helps kind of stabilize my defense and health loss and all that sort of jazz. I would like to deal damage if possible, but the split on this could be terrible. That worked really well. Guess we'll set that up, just so I can actually, like, you know, deal with this. That's a kill on that, and that. Minimal health loss. Minimal health loss. Like, early game, this isn't that great, but late game it kind of is, because, like, longer fights, you'll be able to, you know, use it more often. Inner Rage seems kind of interesting, but we're never really going to deplete it, and casting it for 5 is kind of meh. Blinding Brilliance or Iron Guard. I might take the Iron Guard just to have the extra option of gaining some power. For now. Like, an extra spell that gives me defense options without having to do that plus the power gain if I roll a 6. Could be a little bit, you know, more useful. Guess that's going in here, isn't it? Because I don't want to be attacking this too early. So this is going to be a very long fight. Unfortunately. Because if I start attacking this, it scales power, right? And like suddenly can't defend, which is really annoying. So for now, we're just going to keep defending up as much as possible until we either get the option to gain power, which is what we did here. And we can still kind of defend. I have to take a wound, but that's fine. And then, like, maybe we'll just like one turn where we just kind of like almost one-shot it is the kind of plan, I guess. That fully defends me, so I don't need to worry about anything else. Like, that's kind of the play that we've got going on here. I do take a bit of chip here. But it's fine. Nice. Do that. In that. Again, take a bit of chip. Is it the best play? Probably not, but it is kind of like the only way I'm going to get around this as a build. 2 power on this would be a little bit better, in my opinion. Just like for the long game. I could do a 5 to it now, which might help me one-shot next turn, but I don't think it will. Guess we're gonna go try for the one-shot. So this is 9 times 3 is not enough. 11 times 3 is still not enough, but one of these will now kill it. So I don't need to lose any more life, and I gain 4 life back. Part of my evil plan. But no, that was one of the fights where I needed like a big spell, or something that I could kind of like throw stuff into. Try and help myself out, so like here, like combustion could be pretty good. Falling fire is kind of interesting as well, but I'd probably say the combustion, because like once you get that countdown counted down, I think you're pretty good, and we'll get rid of invoke mana for now. I think, maybe? Or will we equip it? Like, turn this just to a 6 is really good. Extra slots is kind of debatable. On a 1, apply Rupture random enemy. Interesting, kind of like that. Or on a 2, roll 1 wound, which is kind of... The cost of this being reduced down is kind of interesting as well, but let's just get all my spells active for now, right? Maybe we might sell one of them to kind of get something interesting. Okay, Reclamation is really good, and I kind of want that. Right? For defensive option in my deck, and also it being useful with the wounds and the power gain and stuff, like, that's just... It's really good for, like, late game scaling. Bit costly, but still useful. Yeah? Darkstar. Do I want Darkstar? I can't buy it anyway, but Darkstar is one of those ones, like, if you upgrade it, that's why you upgrade it. Yeah, like, oh yeah, more damage, and cast on defense. No, I don't care about that. I care about it being infinite. Yeah, I think we're done here. And then, let's go event into an elite, into fight into elite. I can lose the potion and gain a random artifact. I'll take that. And we get turn 1 gains 7 Banefire. I didn't want to take 2 elite fights this time around, just because I kind of misread where that was as well. But and they were so close together, that was ridiculous. But yeah, I don't think I could handle 2 elites with this setup. I cannot do enough damage to kill you off. I can't actually know Banefire existed. What am I doing? It's just we got good Banefire start, so that's kind of interesting, isn't it not? And I guess we're just going to defend up for 4? Twice? Yeah. Like, the summons seem interesting, but, you know, we have to deal with these for this fight.
Overall, is it something where I actually generally care about what's going on? Not so much, and we can kind of just put those to combustion now. Aimfire is nice in the sense it does deal some early damage. Guess we're popping that in there. We're going to gain the armor here. And do the same here, at least we're taking like a little bit less. Another 6. And again. No, I want to defend a little bit. I would like to defend. No, I just take more damage for this. No, don't do that yet. Don't do that yet. Do this first, then attack with this. And do that here. So the good news now is, like, as soon as I like start scaling up, like I can actually kind of like not have to worry about like taking hits as such. I don't want to split a target die here. Guess we're doing this. Can't get any other armor any other way, so I guess we're taking a bit of chip damage again. Or just to keep attacking. I need more attacks, I think. Get combustion down, like that will start scaling other stuff also. That gets to 6. I'm taking like 10 otherwise, aren't I? I think I just gotta take 10. Right. Split that. Guess we're only taking 5 then. But still, like, having to take as much damage as I am is kind of really annoying. But we can still start scaling up and ramping up my DPS, so that way I can gain more health back, and this is what I mean by, like, it's going for the long game, right? Like, that's what I'm kind of planning for. This gives 5 block as well, plus I can gain more block just by, say, splitting this die twice. While still also attacking. 2 wound die is not that great, but, you know. Beggars can't be choosers at this point. We'll take a bit of chip damage, try and ramp up that. There we go, and once more. We're slowly just bleeding ourselves to death. Pickle Barrier is what I want, because the heal on this can be actually pretty useful as a defensive option. Deal damage to all enemies, kind of those are not really what I want. Does this change over the power scaling a little bit? A little bit, actually. Makes it a bit more difficult, but the wound is still really useful, I think, to allow me to ramp up my damage. And then we're going to pop this in here, just the fact that I can actually have ways to heal. As I said before, I do like Fickle Barrier quite a lot. I just need other ways to start scaling, you know? That is the other thing I've got to be able to do. I can fully defend if I want to, which is kind of interesting, but we'll do that first. Don't need 6s anymore in the same way I normally have them, so we'll just double that up. And guess we're doing some chip damage here. Some chip damage. Could have the Fickle Barrier just like slowly heal me, but why worry about it, right? Why worry? We'll split the 3, so at least gives me a 2 back and a 1. Do the same again. Put this in here, because I actually heal a little bit plus defending. So we are getting some defense. Put that in there as well. We've got 12 damage, just a kill on that. And guess we're taking one of these guys out.
So in some ways, we are looking to deal as much damage as possible. Other ways, we're just looking to try and survive. So it's an interesting choice. We'll split this one, maybe. No, I didn't get what I wanted. Guess you'll go in there, then. You're a 3, right? I want to kill the guy off dealing damage to me, so I take less. And then we just ramp this up so I can actually cast it next turn. And we'll try to get some fickle barriers off, right? To at least kind of heal up a little bit. Heal up as much as we can. On health loss, -2 at countdown. Vindictive Strike is really useful as well in this build. Comparatively to this, it's just better. Reclamation is kind of my late game sort of thing. So I guess it's not really useful now. So the odds of me casting this probably won't be that great, but I guess I keep it in because it's slightly better for the meantime. So yeah, the other healing one probably would have been better to start off with, but I probably would have had issues with it late game, right? Choose. It's better than what I've got currently. I can't really do much else otherwise, so I guess we'll try and take this guy out. I take 7 damage, but I can heal that back, right? Plus, like, taking health loss is actually, like, really helpful for me. You did not go the way I wanted you to. That's very annoying. That goes there, then. That goes there. And then I guess we do just a bit of chip damage again. Ah, the 3. There we go. That goes there, then. Heal up some more also. Bit of chip damage. Vindictive Strike goes off. That gets killed. And that kind of does as well, nearly. See, I do like that fickle barrier. Like, the extra healing is kind of really important. Oh. Basically, I've got to try it. Okay, we didn't get it, so it's fine. Kind of disappointing. I was trying to get some healing off that if I could. But guess that it was not meant to be. Apply Ascendary, Luminance, gain 1 Foresight, 3 more die with spend, gain Radiance. I do like that, actually. And it gives you 2 uses rather than just the 1, or I can gain more Radiance if more die were spent into it. Like, the Foresight is useful, and so is the Radiance, right? Currently, though, like, Invoke Mana is the thing I probably would want more of in this than that, but... Disenchant a spell. What would I get rid of? I guess Combustion is going out now. If we are, so we take Healing and maybe get a reroll for something better. Heat Stroke, apply 1 week. Apply 1, then double weak on target. Interesting. I'll probably reroll these. Like, Gathering Flame seems interesting. But I have to deplete that to gain the critical or the power. And rerolling die is kind of, you know, I lose 1 die just to gain a critical. Apply 6 weeks to the front enemy, receive a wound die. This really works well with what we're trying to do. Apply 10 damage if weak target. I guess we'll go Demean here. It works with what we're trying to do, and also allows me to kind of apply weakness to foes, which can work better than like Fickle Barrier or Reclamation. For now, Vitae is a little bit better for defense, just because it's still the early game, right? There's not many enemies that do multi-hits yet, so I don't have to worry about that, but it's an option to switch into. It is an option.
Okay, 18 damage to start off with. That is a lot of damage. Guess we're taking hits. I do get the heal off this though, so let's do that first. And I guess we're gonna get some defense twice. Could have looked at me trying to split that, but like, yeah, that's just 18 damage. Like, what am I meant to do there? Ah, cool. Set that up, split that again. Well, the ones can't go anywhere, but the twos can. So the twos go in here. Gives me healing and defense that I don't need. Taking 10 damage to that. And then we do it again to stop it gaining power. And I get to heal 4. Now I don't get to heal off my Fickle Barrier, that's very annoying. Oh no, I've been cursed, that's terrible. What will I ever do? Being facetious can be very annoying. It's like, there's just 18 block by itself, and I could just like fully block if I could like get more die into it, and that's kind of why it's a part of all this. Yeah. We'll do the 1 damage to this, so I can at least start getting my Vindictive Strike to hit this as well. Taking a bit though. Nice. Do you spit the right way? No, you do not. This will be triggered anyway, so I don't need to worry about that. Could go this and start setting up for a big defense turn later. Use that first to at least gain some health back. We take 1, but then we heal 1. We take 2, then we take 1 and heal 2. So we always gain life out of that kind of. Now we're setting this up just so we can kind of like stop it gaining power again in a bit. Oh, no, it defends, so I don't get the broken. I guess that's kind of better, I guess. Yeah, so another 6 here, 32 block. I'm saved. Bit of Fickle Barrier, so I don't have to worry about other stuff. Well, I guess we're just gonna chip away at you. Just keep chipping away. Broken is annoying, but we'll pop that there, split that so we get some 2s, do that so we get 1 and a 3, so that goes there, that goes there. This gives me more block, but the main thing I'm using it is for the wound. Like, that's the main thing I was using it for, just to generate the wound die. Doesn't matter which one it is, the only reason I wanted to do is just to generate it. Reclamation is interesting, but I can't use it anyway. Or can I? I did put some in there, didn't I? 7. That 40 defense. That's 12, so need to do 10 damage to it just to make sure it doesn't gain power, which I'm not too sure if I can do that. 2 2s, cool. More gain defense, at least that can't deal anything to me now. That is kind of exactly what we're going for. The main thing in there is just gaining the extra life back, so I can kind of like stabilize myself. We can stop it dealing what it's trying to do, right? One of these go in here to get me the wound die for next turn, one goes here to make sure that I can kind of like safely do what I was trying to do anyway. I have 5, so we're not doing any damage this turn anyway. And then we'll just keep attacking, because that's the best thing I can do. I'm liking this. You know, I stabilize myself around 50% life, and I can do a lot of other really cool things as well. But that is kind of interesting, is it not? I was going to say, it's going to go to a 3 in it. It was always going to go into a 3, wasn't it? Alright, you go there anyway, just to make sure that, you know, we may live. Like the next big turn that you have. That's 10 damage. That's a bit more damage. We take a bit of chip from what's his face, which is fine. We're going to break that because we can get more die back. And break the fickle barrier so we're not having issues. And I guess we're just attacking for 2. Okay, you're gaining power, that's fine. So I need to set up this first so I can get a wound die for next turn. We split that die, just get a 2, so I get a bit of healing. Maybe do the same here, and hopefully in there we'll just dump all that in here. We'll fully defend anyway. Getting the Reclamation up again is a good idea for the big hit that may come along. Which that's a 5, so we can stop the big hit, but we should be able to win off this. Right? To land on the worst ones I didn't want. Oh well. Don't need to waste more health. I do not need to waste more health. It's an interesting build, right? No, I need the extra C4 weak each turn is terrible. These are all bad for the set we got, because 4 weak just ruins this completely, and I can't continue to get more damage. The crit, I need the dice, so that seems good. It's not really. And cast 15 spells to roll a die, that's just like, that's unplayable. So what we do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a turn maybe at most. Like, yeah. Receiving Sap is probably the only one that I may actually do. Does reduce the amount of armor I can get, but late game, like, that won't matter anyway. Rolling Ignite is 2 damage, which technically is a choice rather than... So this can be a part of a thought process problem, right? So with this build, how often do I end up, you know, using defense? Okay? So I've got 3 spells I can use, so basically that is, you know, I take a damage every single time I use one of these spells. Will I use more than 3 of them in a turn? Maybe, maybe not. But the thing is, if I ever want more defense, I'm unlikely to be able to get it. Yeah? So I lose 3 defense every single time, plus whatever else I get put onto, which could be a problem. But Reclamation could be the thing that just is like, oh, I just cast it, there, we're solved, no other problem. Like, I can still buff this up by even a lot more, or change it to 8, which is probably what I'll end up doing. Now, this can land on anything, which means this doesn't affect my overall defense gain, but if it lands on something that I need to be able to cast, it's worse than just having, like, these 2. I'm really thinking about it, because it is an interesting problem, right? And well, I think to try and think, like, is having the Ignite on a spell for a turn worse than... Because what it'll end up doing is it means I can't attack maybe for a turn, but it does... No, this actually is better. Okay, I'll explain why this is better now. My brain kicked into gear. Smoldering Torch allows me to take damage. Yeah? No. That's just terrible. That's so bad. Giving them Berserk. Invulnerable is not really that great, but turn 2, turn 1 Undying? I'm not going to kill them turn 1, turn 2 that much, I don't think. Right? Does mean that they get a chance to scale, but I can still do damage to them to set them up to die, right? That's the benefit. Otherwise I lose 7 damage just from this. Do we have enough gold for a shop? Kind of, but we might save it. Can only do a double elite fight that way. Might just take the 1 and try and go for like the shop and the relic. Lifelink. It's kind of interesting. Enchant with -2 countdown. I think refolding right is what I want, just to make sure I can get off the reclamation. At least that's kind of the idea, right? That's kind of what I want. You know, really thinking about it. What is the plan here? That lands on Pickle Barrier, of course it would. Okay, so they're all undying for the next couple of turns, which is fine. I can set this up so I can actually, like, you know, maybe do something with it later. See what the split is on that. It's 2 2s. That's kind of, you know, what we want. Set the wound die up. Just go 2 there. Those guys share power like once they die, so we'll take care of the front guy first. The thing is, like this, we can just always do it on like one particular die. And as long as I got a 6, I can always trigger this, right? We're splitting that up. And we'll split that one up. Pick up barrier again. This is ridiculous how much it does that. So, we'll use Reclamation after we've done all our damage and everything else as well. Just because that's going to be more efficient in the long run. We'll defend up first, because that also deals damage to myself. And then we can, like, almost take this guy out. He's taken out. No, he doesn't get taken out by that, so we deal damage to him. I've got 20 block just off that, plus whatever else I can get block on. So... No, I can't cast it twice, can I? That's annoying. Otherwise I would do. I take 3. What is the plan now? Still a fair amount of damage, but this guy dies to just the Banefire. This we can probably end up looking to kill off. Do that and that, just so we can like stock up on some defense. That guy gets killed anyway, and actually, we do this, so they get both double killed. And then we kill that. Attack this guy, and do we get to kill him off as well? We do. That we do. Didn't need to worry. Did not need to worry. Yeah, but like this, if it lands on something that isn't defense, I can actually trigger it to give me more damage. Inferno. Cauterize is just a better way of blocking, especially early game. A 5 or a 6, if I get one, just go straight into here. Kind of beats this out because I just get more damage, but then I'm not able to trigger this twice, and it has to be a 5 or a 6, right? Healing though. Oh, and adding an extra charge on that. That's interesting. I'm gonna pick. So look at this way. This I would love to be able to get this triggering, so I get the extra Banefire every turn, right? And I could really ramp up the Banefire, but it's not the build I've got. I've got deal damage to myself, which I need a form of healing. I think Cauterize, although seems unusual in the way that I'm going to be going around it, will be better in the long run than other options. So the healing I would get off this would be way too good, right? The shop though. So first of all, let's disenchant spells. I'm probably not using Iron Guard anymore, although I would like some power gain, but we'll worry about that later. Demean is still probably a potential. Gaining Foresight and the Radiance is something I probably might think about. Invoke Mana? Probably not anymore. Just like the upfront cost of it, and it being a 6 or stuff like that, just doesn't really suit the style of deck I'm going for. Sell those two. I'll keep the Luminance because I might end up putting it in the deck, but I feel like I've already got so much variation on what I need. But the only thing I probably would think of is like upgrading the Vindictive Strike just to, you know, lower its countdown more or deal more damage. Probably lower its countdown. Rolling a wound die on this is probably the other option as well. And turn that to 3 as well is kind of interesting. I guess, yeah, Luminance won't fit in this setup either, so we'll get rid of it. Burn at both ends. And lose health if I basically cast it enough. Don't really care about it. On health loss. Increased by for this combat. Okay, that's just better. Leech. Right. Picking up Leech. This seems great, but this is now per combat, so Leech goes in instead of that, so we can sell this off. I'm sorry, my friend, but this is just far better as an option. Does mean the Mana Splitter might not be needed as much anymore, because it only really works with the Fickle Barrier. But you never know. You never know. What else we got? Duplicate, reroll, and Omniscience. I do like Mana Symmetry. I like it a lot. Right? And it does mean like certain spells I'd be able to just duplicate them and cast them twice, and it being anything could be pretty good. Like the set that we've got, like 2 6s, stuff like that, plus the extra buffs and getting ways to deal damage to myself also. Okay, so thinking about this and sort of how this deck is meant to go. Like eventually I'll be swapping this out for this. Demean is sort of the variance I need. Right? This will also have healing and healing. This will just be basic block. And like, does one of these fit into that style? Not really, like Demean won't. Although it's kind of like a situational one. It's useful, it's really good, the weakness is really good, the countdown being less is also really brilliant for receiving wounded, but this fills that role now as well. Don't need 2 ways of doing it, plus the relic I have. So I'm actually going to sell Demean as well. I think it's just still not that good. Cauterize is not great yet until I get my setup going. I'm going to pick up the Mana Symmetry, because I think that is just the way I want to go with it. Because this thing goes here, and then we have one hell of a time. But this needs to get graded first. So I guess I should have gone 2 elite fights, which I can't do anymore. Shame. Cool. Leaving the shop there, and let's move on. Let us move on. On Destroy, gain 2 block. Don't care about it. For each second attack cast, inflict weak to an enemy. Should do a lot. Turn 1, deal 20 damage to random enemy. Inflicting weak. If I cast a spell twice, this is pretty good. Right? It's only 1 week, so it's all enemies, so is it that good? Probably not, we'll reroll. Gain 1 Tenacity. On turn 1, can only gain 4 block. Tenacity does not remove block between rounds. Everguard it is. Everguard it is. So it's not about the gaining of the block anymore. I've got that bit sorted. And we'll go this way, get an extra fight that way. Oh, it doesn't matter, they're both the same, just the fight order is different. Okay. Enchant target with that. So I needed ways to deal damage to myself first, which we can't cast this, and the setup's already awkward, so we'll try and work my way around, try and get as much defense as possible for this first turn. We're at 9, so technically that's enough. Could do Leech here. Deal some damage. I only do 12, so it's still not enough, is it really? So I guess we're setting this up. They're still undying, like I wasn't going to be able to kill them anyway, but, you know. Okay. I'm going to gain that here, just because it's going to work out really well. Get a bit more health back. Vindictive Strike goes here to deal 14 damage. The one goes there afterwards, so... I don't take damage for this because I've already got the... That's my fault, I should have attacked first, but... So I guess we do this, because that will just trigger it by itself, but then so will that as well, right? Yes, I deal that, and then just like gain like 19 armor, and I guess I'll use the potion here as well, because I do take a bit of chip, right? No, we fully block. In that case we use the potion just so we have it. Yeah, but Reclamation being, like, as big as it is gonna be... like, I don't think they can outscale my defense, like, whatsoever. Which is kind of funny. Gain a 1 here. Like, doesn't matter whatever they do, I will always be able to gain more defense if I get this off, which we will do. Oh, that's terrible. We'll set that up. I get 1 wound anyway now. Guess that goes in there as well, and this just goes here, so it's an even number. Tip of the chip, that's fine. Where are you, wound die? Oh nice, you landed on something that was actually kind of semi-useful for me. Although I can. I guess I'll try it. Okay, cool, you spit very nicely. And could do that, but I'd rather deal damage first. Get the kill on you, so I don't take that damage anymore. Take that does 30, that 3 goes there, then this one just goes there. Then what's great is I can always like somehow get myself back up, right? And I think, yeah, swapping this over will be the way to go at some point in the future. I don't know, like the second version of this seems really terrible. Like the second turn of it. Or is it just me? 2 4s, cool. Because it kind of forces you to kind of go like one particular way and like doesn't really help at all. Give me the wound. This is at 30 damage. Vindictive Strike may actually be the thing we end up getting rid of. It's nice for the extra damage, but I don't think it's worthwhile anymore. Right? It's because it doesn't really deal with what we're trying to do. One goes here, gets the kill. Guess I'll pop that in there. Could have cast it anyway. I should be casting every turn if I'm at least casting something like that. Okay. Spit you 2 2s, that is great, that's a bit of healing. If that's anything I'm focusing on, is just getting as much healing as possible for this turn before we finish. Leech is really good. I'm liking Leech quite a lot.
Hurt seems meh. That suspension, not really. I'll reroll these, see what we get. Pyro Hide, Play Rupture, Infuse Shield. No, not really. Deal 4 damage, apply 2 Rupture to all enemies. Apply Burn. I mean, it's worth selling, so it is better. I think... This just being anything saves me a lot of trouble, right? Like, the scaling on it is kind of... whatever. I need the wound to go off every turn, anyway. I think Cauterize is where we swap over now. And then we keep this. That's never happening. That is an intermediate one. And we'll just see how this goes, right? We'll test it out for a round, see how it goes. Because the problem is like, I do need a fair amount, in some cases, to get this going. So leveling it up might be a bit of a problem. That's a Fickle Barrier, that's a Fickle Barrier. That's not a Fickle Barrier, but I can just chuck a Leech at it. I am going to be taking a bit of damage, so do we just go Manifold? I can't do any more than that and just make sure I get the setup for, like, getting as much armor as I can. Like, I'm 16, I take 2. This 6 goes here, which basically saves me for the turn. That's always funny. I gotta remember to Manifold first before I, you know, start doing what I think is, you know, the way I want to be playing. Suppress, no. What does Suppress do? Oh, broken for the next couple of spells. That's interesting. This on the 6 is fine, actually. So I just go 1 back in there anyway. Then we try and split that. Didn't work out the way we wanted it to, but I get some healing off this. Do it again. This 6 goes here to give me more defense. Chuck that in there. And then I guess we just gain more defense. I can overwrite the wound as well if I ever need to. Yeah, Ignite does nothing now. Ignite does nothing. But we will duplicate this die anyway. Right. Duplicating it is the best way to go about it. Or we can just like spend it and gain damage on this guy. And I guess we just defend up. The suspension is kind of annoying. I have to deal with it all the time. But like, on this, I just can't really do anything anyway, so kind of like, why not? That's a 2, that gives you more healing. Give me a wound and defense, or just deal damage? Just deal damage. I gotta remember, if I'm splitting die, to make sure I do it properly. Again, an interesting build. Would never have thought we could have gone this way about it. Extra healing, and we kill him. That's why Cauterize needs to be upgraded as well. Blood Ward. No, because it doesn't actually do anything. Like, I don't gain health out of it, I just counteract the health I have, so no. Not really what I want. Countdown spells, -1. Countdown, countdown. You're a countdown. You're gonna have loads of ones. This isn't a countdown. This will not be a countdown. So we're going for the healing on that. So I guess it's not really what we want. So I guess we're rolling. Gain power or radiance. Incandescence. I'll pick it up. It's better than what we have. Probably won't be used, but it is better. Lose an attack spell, lose an attack spell, gain devoted for the next couple of turns, 2 potions of holy water, which deal basically 60 damage, or get 1 curse. And then we can add a rune. Wish I knew what this rune was. What do we get to choose? I think we get to choose. Like, what would be a really good rune? So it gives me curse, which means everything is -1. Which means I don't get the immediate cast on this. 6 become 5s, 5s become useless, so like this isn't very castable anymore. But is that really a bad thing? Kinda is. It is looking on my setup for like getting the wound and then having a turn where I can like go nuts. Yeah, it's not worth it. If I'm losing an attack spell, I'm probably losing this, so we gain devoted. I think I'm getting rid of Vindictive Strike. I don't think it's any good anymore. Like, it seems interesting, but it's not what I need. And this allows me to at least make sure I can keep some defense if I need it for the early game, right? Never would think my basic defense spell was this powerful for this style of deck, right? Never would have thought it. Okay. Before we begin, enchant this, so, you know, it doubles what it's worth in regards to countdown-wise. So now I can trigger this twice if I want to, and then, like, you try and take damage, but that's not going to work. I can't gain anything else, so I guess we're going to chuck this in here. We're going to gain the 5 from that. And do it again. Do we just attack with the leech? Yeah. And then put 5 in here. Take a large hit here though. Cool. So we kind of got what we wanted to start with. We can start semi-scaling, I guess. We'll do this first so I can at least gain heal light back. Do that again as well. That goes there to give me defense. Chuck this in here. That goes there. This deals the damage to attack. This guy's gonna be a problem. Gain this defense. I have a wound already. And then deal attack damage. I heal for a little bit. I'm going to try and get rid of this guy for power scaling and stuff. Otherwise I'm going to have like massive trouble. Cauterize is actually probably still pretty good just to use as a spell. I should have used... I'd always do it. So that's 2, 4, 6, 10, 12. Okay. It's annoying I have to do it this way, but that's my own fault because I'm an idiot. We are fully defended. I mean, Reclamation with this is just way too good. I have become my own defensive build. Ah, you didn't go in the way I wanted you to. My real question is, can I kill myself, you know? I would like to know. No, asking for a friend. So this is where I can just go that on this, and then just chuck it in there. There's loads of armor and everything else. That's a kill. Just gone. You're almost dead. Okay. And chuck a 3 in here. Chuck that in there. That 3 goes... Actually, no. Do we shut the 5 in there? Shut the 5 in there. Then we go pickle, pickle, pickle. We gain life that way. We gain a bit of life. The first turn's the worst ones, so like dodge potions and stuff are going to be what I kind of would like. It's not bad, but I need something decent. Serious dice spin. I guess it's better to sell that than anything else. I might just go for the full heal here, right? Unless I want to disenchant one of these and see what I get, but like I pretty much think I'm set up. Like I don't think there's anything that's amazing. I would kind of want to jump the opportunity at. And once I've got my defense after that first turn, I think we're good, right? Unless I get something that gives me a wound die, I think that's probably what we need to focus on, right? Yeah, that's just way too good to pass it up here. That Fickle Barrier doesn't really do anything, but you going in there will help out. Gives me 16, so it is actually pretty good, but I need to do this to get the wound die. I got 2 wound die now. My bad. I need to read. You can apply. That on some of the worst ones that I could possibly have, just starting to defend myself. Okay. Guess we're getting defense from that first. That way we at least kind of like help out this. Chuck that on there. Start duplicating this to kind of ramp up my damage on my defense. Use that there, and there, and there. Doesn't do anything. It does allow me to set myself up for like more armor, more defense and stuff like that. So at least the scaling on this won't be too much of an issue now, because I've already got like 20 armor from this. Guess we'll split this die. 2 twos, that's brilliant. I have enough armor to kind of stave this off anyway, so I'm not really that worried. We'll just deal damage to this. I do want to get 1 cauterizer. Gain life for doing that. Gain life for doing that. Split this die. Use one of them here. So we've got more armor. Cast this on that. Seven is easier to get than it is anything else, so might as well. Oh, you guys aren't even doing anything to me that's that dangerous. That's brilliant, actually. For this turn, anyway. Don't need the healing yet. The one is kind of semi-useful. Yes, we just save up the defense on that, so I take, like, less overall, right? Again, do the same thing here, where I just put a bit here. I'm already marked 1, so I don't want to deal, like, any damage to myself if I can get away with it. So should we just end the turn? Yeah. 36 damage after the week. Okay, so that goes there first. We do this to gain everything else. Enchant all these so I can actually do this. And I guess I'm gonna deal 30 damage like twice. Another 2. It's for the healing more than there's anything else. It's a 2. Do we want another wound die? Why not? I literally don't think I can die now. Come on then, split them out, divide them. Cool. 2 goes there, we'll get some healing back. 2 goes there, we'll get some healing back. Cast this on the 6 to then get this. That sets up the Cauterize for the next turn. And this is just 1 attack. We're gonna get this down to like half and then swap over. I mean, I have power scaling, so that's kind of good in the setup that we have. So I'm not too worried about it all. Although we are taking a lot of damage this turn. I've got too many ones this one. So yeah, take that off. You go there. Do it again. You do not want to become that guy. Ah, 150 armor, and this is still scaling. Okay, 2 and 2. Set those up. So I can put this as an 8. Gives me enough armor there. We double that up. So this will give me the wound die for next turn to have more scaling. Let me pop that in there just to have it. Yeah, like once you get past that sort of initial setup phase, I think this run is just like way too broken. I want more 2s. And just like having more armor is the other thing I got to be able to do, right? Or at least more healing. Do that there, that gets cast on this, gain the healing from there. Put that in there, which deals a fair amount of damage. Do it again. And you're stunned. Tenacity is broken with this build. Oh yeah, what am I doing? Enchant that, give me the armor. And that sets me up for that turn. And then we just attack, split this die, so I can just chuck 1 in there. Do it again, I can attack again. And increasing the scaling on this would be better for like shorter fights. Same with this, but to be honest, I don't think it really matters when I got like 300 something odd armor. And I can like double, give him like extra half damage, and I still don't think I'm in that much of a trouble. There we go, kill. So 66 damage. What else have we got here then? On odd turns, receive that. Roll 1 extra die, but every 10 spells destroy a die. I think this is terrible in the sense because it could really ruin you in particular scenarios. Enchant random die with Vex. 2 random die with Vex. Is that a bad thing? I can undo the enchantment on it, can't I? In a way, on one of them. And I'm not going to be using that one to kind of like cast other stuff either. I think that's actually fine with Hex Robes. I prefer the extra die than anything else. I don't really want to reroll. I think like what else I'm going to get that's going to be any better than that? Like me having reduced armor? During no battles, enemies start 1 power. Turn 1, they gain invulnerability. I'll take the invulnerability, actually. Like, they can't die anyway, so me not being able to do damage to them isn't the other thing. It's not a problem either. Like, that's not happening. I do get an elite fight. I do want a elite fight. I would like to see a shop. Got a shop late game. I got 2 elite fights, so I guess we're going 2 elite fights. See, like the Vex doesn't actually really that matter if I'm smart with it. So, like, for now, like, I could just, like, overwrite one of these. And gain the manifold from that, so at least we're set up for this. This goes in here to set up for a decent turn for Reclamation next turn. I'm just going to duplicate this a few times, because, like, why not? And then just deal a bit of damage, which I can't even deal anyway, so what's the point? So, yeah. Have I got enough damage? I have not got enough armor. So I guess we've got some armor here then. There we go. Take a bit of chip. That just... it's fine, right? Half-life is where we want to be. Oh no, you cast like Vex on some of the best ones I can use Vex on. Split that die first. Oh, okay, we didn't get what we wanted. That's fine. Do it again. Get the 2 in there. Guess 1, 1, and 1 to deal damage. Do we do it to the back guy so they lose all that? No, we just do it to that guy. And then that goes on there. That gives me 22 armor. And then we just set that up for next turn. Give me defense. Use the manifold on that. Split this die out. Gives me a 2 and a 3. Put the 2 in there. Put that 2 in there. See, this is where the problem would be, is here. Like, I can't deal the right amount of damage. So it heals it. So they changed the monstrosity works. It's guaranteed now, rather than being like, oh, you've got to deal damage to it. That's kind of annoying. Right? Use that on that first. Split the die. Give me another 1. That 5 goes in there. Use that there first. Give me another wound for next turn. That gives me more armor. Like, I generally survived this turn. That's madness. I will just take off the 6 so I can just use that straight away. Otherwise it's really annoying to deal with, right? Like, how can I cast it if I can't actually do anything with it? And then we use that there. 2 goes here. Just to get the 3, and then we kill that guy off. Anti-life. Ooh, that got knocked. Interesting. Check that there. Get an extra 1. Another extra 1. That gets knocked out. The sugar's there for some healing. There's some more healing. I can't get any more healing, so it's kind of pointless now, so I just go for the kill. But I'm liking this run. This run's a lot more interesting. I mean, we are set up, and I don't think there's anything else I would say, like, oh, I really need that. Right? Like, Fragmentize seems interesting, but it's not what I want, so I guess I'll reroll these. No, like, none of these stand out. I got room to sell, right? Yeah, cool. That's what I was thinking there. Guess we'll go to shop so I can get rid of these spells early and see what's in there. Gaze from Beyond, interesting. Merge die, then gain 4 block. Not really what I want. Deal 2 damage 2 times minus a +1 countdown to all die. Interesting. Again, not really what I need. You're being sold, you're being sold. I guess you're being sold, and so are you. Man, that was a lot of sales. Let's see what we can buy with the with what we got then. Keep up to 10 block between rounds. Don't really care about that. When attacked by an enemy, gain 2 fury, and when entering a boss battle, heal 20. Yeah, it's actually worthwhile. Can I sell anything else? I can't really sell anything else. It says boss battle, right? Not an elite battle. Oh, not this guy. This is the annoying guy that just likes to deal poison consistently. Guess we'll just do this. There we go. Cast this on this. Just so I can get into the wound die for next turn, right? I mean, keep my defense and everything else, so it's not like it's that bad. Good news is the invulnerability is now gone, although it doesn't really help me very much. 24. Guess I'll just gain some armor with this, and then we chuck the 2 in there, which will reduce that down. Put the 4 in here to deal some damage, which is a 1-shot on that guy. Right? No, it's not. So it deals to you. And then I guess we'll just gain a bunch of armor. Oh yeah, I forgot. My Banefire is going to deal with this guy eventually anyway. Decisions. That can go in there, that can go in there. Should be more careful with that, because it could have been a bigger problem. I guess we'll just check the 4 somewhere. There we go. 5, I don't really need... Do I need more armor? Not really. So I guess we'll do the damage to this guy. If I do that, yeah, that's a kill. I take 11. You summon another guy up. 2 guys up, is it? Just another one. And dealing damage to me. That and that go in there. You can gain some life, that's fine. That's annoying. I would have liked a way to be able to actually gain just kill that off. Take 1 damage for doing so. As retaliation. It does mean that it never actually triggers anything. I think it's fine. Plus that'll also help me out actually, because I'll then gain even more damage. Okay. Again, you don't split in the right way.
I cast this on this, this will just give me as much armor as I need. That and that go in there, that deals that damage. Just don't give him the healing. Give myself a wound. Don't want the wound die anymore, actually, for the moment. So I've got enough armor there. Do more damage. But it's fine, I'll take the wound die, just won't use it this turn. Right. At least that'd be the plan. Use that there first, use that there. Gain some life, I don't mind. Put it in there, I'll put it in there. It's fine, like, they can keep doing it, but it doesn't actually give them any extra life across turns. Like for me, the main problem I have is not dealing damage, it's making sure that I don't take too much in return, right? Like, them healing doesn't make a difference at this point in time. Doesn't matter what die it is. That's a 2. Use that at the end. We put that in there. That goes there. That goes in there. We can kill them next turn, so it's fine. I want to get as much healing as possible, so let's try and do that, shall we? I can go there. I would like to, but I think I'm going to risk it if I try and go for as much healing as possible. But yeah, we're at 19, like, it's not that bad. And now, Convalescence. Unrestorable, just heal 4. Could heal 6, and gain 4 block, but no, just healing 6 would be pretty good. I'll pick this up. I think it's better than most, and I can actually somehow squeeze it in. I think this might be slightly better for the meantime, though. As an upgrade, and then we go here to this other elite fight. It always gets to this stage, and I'm thinking to myself, like, kind of like, what am I trying to do here? What is this build? And that is a lot of damage I'm facing. Like, literally out of nowhere, that's a lot of damage. Like, most of the time, the problem is you actually take too much damage early on, right? Getting a bit of armor here, actually, it probably is worthwhile. Duplicate that die again, so we don't like take too much health damage. Cast this on this, so after this turn, we can actually, like, you know, use it wisely. Deal damage, I think, to this guy, so the growing can stop, because I'm gonna have issues otherwise. Then put the 5 in there. Yeah. So we can kill that off next turn. Don't have any of the growing issues and shenanigans that it can do. That's what we're kind of watching out for, right? Okay, so first of all I want to cast that on there. Just so we've got don't have to worry about me gaining armor. This silence is terrible. This can just go straight into here. Actually do gain life back off that. Same for the 2, that goes in there. Still one can go here. One of them go there. That's all the armor I can gain. This now goes on this to kill that off. Don't have any more troubles. And silence for how long? 2 turns. So I don't get to attack next turn. No, we'll leave it. Man, it's a very hairy first go, isn't it? Cast that on that. Just don't have to worry about anything else. Heal here. Split this die out. Put the 2 there. Put the 1 in there. Put that 2 in there. Split that die out. Put the 2 in here. Put the 1 there. I'll go back to 30 life one way or the other. Like, it will make no difference. That is my entire game plan here. 2 2s. Right, you're getting taken out because I'm not a fan of you doing that. There we go, 33 life. Look at that. Okay, this run is very interesting, and for like me doing it on one of the higher difficulties is interesting as well. We'll throw that away because I'd rather have this. Lose 3 health, don't care about that. Blocking, no, I won't reroll these. Actually, no, that's worth selling. Right. Pay 40 gold. A Might Rune gives me +3 damage. That sounds terrible. Lose that, but choose to gain a Void spell. No, this kind of is that extra bit of defense I kind of need, right? And also gives me the option to give me a cheap way to get a wound die for scaling. I'm just gonna leave. Like, none of that was worth it. Nah, it's this guy. The guy that's going to trap me and give me wound die, which is going to work to what I want to be playing anyway. I just need to play one of these, I guess. Because I don't need to worry about actually like defending myself or attacking or anything else as well, right? Although I will attack, because an extra attack is an extra attack. Just set this up for like next turn. So split that out, get a 2, use the 2 here. Use a 1 here. Gain armor. So we pretty much should be good for armor wise. Use that 2 here to gain a little bit more, so we should be okay. Duplicate the 1 and deal some damage. That's annoying. Okay. I have to do this. I don't care if it summons an instability at this point. Like, eventually we'll be able to one-shot them anyway, so... The main point of it is to make sure that I can actually, cast some of this stuff, right? I don't gain block, but I do get the healing and also some of the armor. Lots of wound die. Let's go. We can have a stupid turn. First thing though is we'll remove the enchantment off that to put that one there. Deal that 1 damage. Get the kill on that. Do the same there. I guess we're just checking these in there. I gotta remember to wait to do these certain damage, right? Okay, so I can use 1 in here, use that 1 in there, then gain the armor, kill that guy off, and then start attacking that one. My block is just, you know, the best around, as they would say. That does give me healing. I can still attack, so... Gaining power, though. I gotta watch out for that, because the orbs, they're actually getting really annoying. I gotta be more careful with what I'm doing. Fine. I will try to be more careful. Because that was my problem, I was giving him way too much attack bonuses, and I wouldn't be able to stop the scaling that he had if I kept just giving him everything he needed to actually attack me. That was my bad on that front. I am fully defended, so I don't need to worry about this for now. You just deal damage. And this will just give me the wound that I need for next turn. Yeah, any 4s just like you really are helping me out more than you're actually hindering me. Cast that on there. A 1 and a 2. Put the 3 in there, I guess. The 4 can go in there. Now we'll just end turn. I forgot the orbs actually give the guy power, like when I slay them, so I've got to be more careful about that in the future. Don't know why I did that. If we're gonna do, actually, that's fine, right? Yeah, we're gonna kill them off anyway. We'll try to heal as much as possible, right? Force the healing. Just get as much healing as possible, stay around that 30 mark. Saplice Force, again, interesting, but does it actually help out? Maybe, maybe not. What's the boss fight of him? Could be in this one, actually. But I don't actually get any scaling from it, so not really. I'll reroll. And I guess none of that is actually useful anyway either. Okay, this kind of needs to go here, I guess? So go mana symmetry to actually gain like particular setup, or do we just do this to gain more life back? Like awkward scenarios. Well, Blood Vortex. Who knows? Who knows indeed?
apply broken. X block, roll effects die. On depletes, gain Banefire. Eh. Goodbye all of those. And let me get some artifacts. On health loss, gain delay block. That seems really good for the deck we're going for, so why not? Let's do that again. What else can we get? Each turn, all countdown spells -1. Actually is pretty good. While death on enemy die, apply rupture to all enemies. No. I guess we're going the Hammer of Mana as well. Give me 5 power to start off with. Yeah. Get rid of that. Don't need that. Get that. Throw that away as well, because I'm not really going to use that potion like ever. Now here, I could just go 24 life, but I think if I get 6 max life, that increases my range of like by 3. So is that better? Yeah. Just having more life total to start with is a pretty good idea. No, I forgot I healed 20, didn't I? I shouldn't have done that. I forgot I healed 20 when in our boss fights with this God of Resurgence. That was my fault. That was my fault. Okay. So to start off with, I guess we're going to create some armor. Do the usual random stuff. I will duplicate this 3. So we can just go a 3 and a 6. That was obvious that was going to happen. And then we are fully defended, I think. Yeah. Can't do much else, so I guess we just end turn. Oh no, you're doing 7 damage. That's not fair. Fine. Like, the main thing is, like, once I've scaled to a certain point, it won't matter anyway. Right? Cool, that's landed on some of the decent ones. That can go... No, I can't use that anyway, so there's no point. Spit that out. Do it again. The 2 can go here, I guess. 1 can go there to get used. That 1 can go there. That can go in there to just gain some armor. I just duplicate this 1, don't I? 1, 1. Give me more armor. And then use the 4 here to deal 10 damage. What are you doing? Debuffing a spell with Predict. Oh. It starts dealing with you. like until I can one-shot these hands, there's no point me doing anything with the hands. Now that they're no longer undying, so that's pretty good. Predict, really? I'm gonna use that cheap tactic here? I feel like, you know, that's completely unfair. 1 and 1. Oh yeah, I forgot I should be using that. And fine, we'll get the dodge potion up. I gained like 6 block though as well, you gotta remember that, like, I gained way too much block later for it. Okay, we'll check that in there first, because at least it'll get rid of it. Cast that on this. And the 3 can go in there. A 4 and a 2. Duplicate the 2. Split that up. Cast that. 2 goes there. And do it again. And then we go... Not quite enough yet. But we're getting there. We are getting there. We're at 43, so... This game is over now. I'm just kind of like pandering to the audience, as it were. We can do that, so we just duplicate this die. Because 2 3s are the same as anything else. I'll put that in there. Then we'll at least gain some armor so I get a wound die for next turn. What does Prophecy do? Increases the health and power on both hands when they're resummoned. Oh, at the end turn. Okay. Interesting. Cast that on that. Again, duplicate it. One kill. Second kill. Now the hands are useless. I'll just gain my armor. I mean, this is just one of the most hilarious builds I've ever had, and I'm absolutely loving it to bits, right? Like at no point did I ever think I would ever get like a build like this that I could just kind of like use in this sort of way. The 2 can go there. Split that up. Pickle barrier. Deal 55 damage. 57. Well, we can't get the kill. That's terrible. I already got a wound dice set up, so I don't need anything else, do I? No. Although I could get... No, I couldn't. Shame. And I got 2 dodge as well. That's the other thing I gotta remember, like... Split the 3 first. I should not split the 3, but we'll duplicate the 2. Do the 1. Use the 2 there, use that 2 there. Use the 1 and the 1 here. Get the kill in that hand. That 6 can go there. That 2 goes there. And then I get the kill on that hand. Is it always summoning? Like every turn as long as I kill like both of them off. It's not summoning next turn, in theory, is what it's saying. We'll duplicate that, so 2 6s. 5 goes here, so I can actually have some other stuff. Kill that one off. And... deal the damage here, I guess? Gonna buy Prophecy as well, which is very annoying. Ah, that's fine. Put in the worst one. Yeah, I'm not overpowered in the sense like, you know, I can one-shot bosses or stuff like that, but I'm overpowered in the sense like I've got like infinite scaling. I can move next turn. And we can attack something. Do the same again. Like, that's what I need to do. I don't need to do anything else. Don't need to give it anything on top of what it's already doing, so... We are extremely safe. We are extremely safe. My brain is starting to really have to think about my turns, though, every single time I'm doing them. Which probably doesn't help my brain, but... kind of careful. We can gain more armor first. And that's what I mean. I think I'm also like outscaling my opponent's damage as well on this. Like they can't do anything. Get the kill on that. And there you go, more life. And it's all because of literally this one thing. Like, I probably wouldn't have kept the Reclamation as much or been as good with it if it wasn't for me having this Everguard.
I mean, it really just opened the ability to me to be able to do really dumb stuff quite quickly. Like, doesn't matter what you say or what you think about it, like, it generally is, like, the only reason I'm able to do all this stuff right now. I don't need any more. Like, oh, yeah, I'll get more armor. Like, I don't need armor, I got 528 of it. Don't know, is this better than the last build where I just built, like, tons of armor, or is this, like, not as good? I think, like, it's better in the sense that I can, like, outscale it, right? I think. Like I will always keep getting stronger, plus I'm also dealing more damage as well. Right? It's like there's no way like I wouldn't win these fights. But do I think like overall, like I've got like you know, I'm faster than the build with Hazel? I'd probably say no. Definitely not faster anyway. The other cool thing is like that I am actually gaining health back, so I can keep doing this on a cycle. Like it doesn't make a difference on like what else is going on. I can just keep doing these turns one after the other. Take 95 damage. Because your hand died. 127 damage with one hit. Get the quarter eyes off. Could have duplicated that, but it's fine. We're at 26 life. I'm immortal. And my opponents are dead. Prismatic, interesting. Not bad though, not bad for a build. So yeah, I'm impressed with that. I think this could have been something else maybe, but I didn't really know what to put it in. Like the build was sorted the moment that we had this set up with the Everguard. Like that pretty much won me the run just getting this, and with the Reclamation, because I could just stack up as much as possible. Plus yeah, these two, Fickle Barrier, Cauterize. I've underestimated Cauterize a little bit, I think, on this run. You know, Reclamation isn't that great if you don't have the health loss, which is why this worked out really like synergistically. And my basic defense with this build, like this is the perfect card just to get you started, right? Like the perfect spell, because you only need to put in there for get your wound die, then you can start your scaling. You can't guarantee that with these, with just having a 5 or a 6. But this also gives you defense. Never thought it was that powerful, but it is. It is. It really is. Anti-life, 6 damage, 2 times to all enemies, received 1 vex. Interesting. Prismatic modifier preset. Ooh, you start a run. Could try that out with some more custom runs. But yeah, there we go.
How bold of you.
We now got a 5 win. Next time it's going to be Descent Stage 6, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.